Hi, Andrew Hiller here, going over the workouts for the upcoming week. First up, we're doing the 3 sets of 5 back squats again, and then the 3 sets of 8 back squats again. If you were here last week, you know that they started at the 5 rep max front squat weight, so you were doing your 3 sets of 5 back squats at your 5 rep max front squat weight. I don't know if I was hearing the door open, but this week, if you had done them, you can increase 10 pounds for the guys, 5 pounds for the girls. So if I use 355 for my 3 sets of 5 on the back squat, where you're allowed to use a belt, you're allowed to use your shoes, then this week I'm going to consider going up to 365. Again, that's not just like hey, go ahead and do it. That is, you want to add the weight if you have earned the right, if everything's feeling good, moving well. So it felt like absolute garbage for me last week, which it did. I did that competition, so I'm going to do 355 again. So I'm going to do the same weight over. You can do the same weight over if you'd like. You can add the weight if it felt good for you. You make the same drop, so you drop the 30 pounds for the guys, 20 pounds for the girls. For myself, again, that means that I'm going from 355 down to 325. So if you had done 195 as a female, you're going down to 175 to do your 3 sets of 8. Again, there's no on the clock, but it should be like a set every 3 minutes or so to get through those 6 total sets of back squats. Workout on Monday is the 3-round, 20 for the guys, 18 for the girls, calorie ski, 15 burpee box jump overs. Make sure this is your box, you're lined up perpendicular to the box, and then 9 clean and jerks, 155 for the guys, 105 for the girls. The flow of the workout should look something like your first round of skiing is going to be what you would envision your third round to be going at. So if I open up at a 1,400 cal an hour pace on the ski, I'm telling you that I will hopefully be doing that on my third round. If you open up at 1,800, you're going to have a bad time. It's not going to happen. I don't care who you are. I don't think it's going to happen. 15 burpee box jump overs. Keep one pace. The theme of the workout on a 3-rounder is that you're looking at the expected time, which on this one, it's going to be in the 8 to 12 minute range. So if I said, hey, go do 8 to 12 minutes of clean and jerks at 155 and 105, would you be doing those touch and go? The answer is maybe at the end, just a little bit. So I recommend singles for just about everybody on the clean and jerks. One good 10-minute pace on the burpee box jump overs, and then ski to succeed on the other 2 movements. Accessory, 20-minute EMOM, 200 meters for the guys, 175 for the girls. That should be taking you in the 40 to 45 second range over and over. When it's this EMOM, you want to go repeatable. Hit the same, hit the same, hit the same. Just start at 0 and go 200. Okay, watch the clock. 400, 600, 800 for the guys. Females, you have a little bit harder of a time, but it goes 175, and then 350, and then 525, and then 700. 700, I was right. But you might want to write those out so you have them visible. It's just that's going to be the power output versus what makes sense with the EMOM on that road today. One effort, about 70 to 75% should get you through it. Tuesday, 6 touch and go power snatches at 45 to 60% of your best power snatch. This is one that I like a lot. We haven't done it very recently, but the way that it should look is rounds 1 through 3, you're kind of feeling it out. Rounds 4 through 7, it's like, ooh, this is iffy. But once you make it through 7, there's no way that you're not going to go 8, 9, 10. If you're in your second or third round and you're saying, ugh, that means that you may have overreached a little bit. So we have done this in the past. You can look at your history of snatches, and it should have a 10 by 6, 10 sets of 6. And I always say write your notes in there. How did this feel? So I know that I have a history personally of doing this at 135, and I can comfortably get through it. That doesn't mean that it's fun, and I know that I've done this at 165, and it was the end of my life. It was so freaking hard. So hopefully I wrote that in my notes, and hopefully if you have done this before, you have them in your notes. This is a good chance for you to practice cycling your bar as well. So let's say maybe you have the ability to do 115 or 75, guys, girls. Bring it down like 20, 10 pounds and practice just like smooth. Make sure you hit a good hip contact, bar overhead, good lockout, and then smooth back down to the floor as you're moving through those power snatches. Your iPad has updated. Cool. That's the key on that. So smooth is the key, not speed. Unbroken, they have to be, yes. Workout, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10 are the guys' calories. 40, 32, 24, 16, and 8 are the female calories. That's just so that the time frames match up on the workout. But both genders do the 50, 40, 30, 20, 10 toes to ring. Those you should be able to handle in sets of 10 plus if you're going for the 150 of them. The toes to ring end up being just a touch easier because you can kind of ride off the momentum of the straps. If you can maintain quick fives or like comfortable fives, you can continue with the workout. That's okay. But it does go for the females, 40, 50, 32, 40, 30, 24, 20, 16, 8, and 10. So you're still doing all the toes to rings, females. One good pace on the assault bike. You really shouldn't be sprinting all that much. Accessory, at 0, you run a mile. At 12, you run a mile. That should be able to get just about everybody in there. So if you have an 8-minute mile, you get a 4-minute rest. If you have a 9-minute mile, you get a 3-minute rest. And do them both, try to make them about the same time if possible. Wednesdays, I think, is going to be a great time. At 0, 15 deadlifts, 30 burpee pull-ups, 15 deadlifts. RX Plus is you're going 315 on the bar for the deadlifts. That one shouldn't take a long time. So your deadlifts should be no more than 45 seconds to a minute. And if you're looking at the weights on there and you think it's going to take you upwards of 2 minutes, you're not hitting like the correct intensity there. So it should be 2 or 3 sets. You're through the deadlifts. You chip through the burpee pull-ups, 2 or 3 sets. You're done with the deadlifts, and you are resting upwards of 5 minutes before you start up your 10-minute AMRAP of wall balls. Ha 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 ha. 10-minute AMRAP of wall balls. That's the workout. 20 for the guys, 14 for the girls. Really, really good idea to have a number of reps you want to do and just stick to it. So you want to go set to 10 the whole way? Cool, just do set to 10 and try to keep your rest about the same. Not very many of you should think, hey, I'm going to open up with 40 or 50 and see where I go from there. I don't want to do it. Like, if you want to do it and you want to say, hey, Andrew, this was a good idea, tell me. I just don't think that it's a good idea. But your goal is to maximize your sets. So if you do like a set of 10 every 30 seconds, that means that you're going to end up with 200 wall balls, which I think is a very good number to get within that 10-minute AMRAP. Also, if you're looking at that and you go, okay, I'm going to be super destroyed, there's no shame in just doing, hey, I'm going to do an EMOM of 10 just because I don't want to do 100,000 wall balls because I don't want to be super sore. Accessory, barbell press, 3 sets of 8 reps, just trying to load the shoulders. That is a standing strict press with your barbell at the top. Get your head up and through. Standard there, just a barbell strict press. When it says heavy, it doesn't mean work up to an 8-rep max at any point, but it should feel as if the last 2 reps are hard, and then take about 2-minute rest between them. Thursday, I did like this little complex. I think you guys like this little complex, which was the power clean front squat and split jerk variant. So we're going 3 single power cleans. When we do the singles and I'm letting you guys drop it, it just means, hey, get back on the bar. So get back on the bar in a timely fashion, under 6 seconds. Do your 3 front squats, and then do your 3 split jerks. Again, we're trying to spend some time with the bar sitting on us, and while you're letting the bar sit on you, you're building some tolerance and you're building some strength in positions that you don't get if you're doing a 1-rep max. So this is why we're doing all these reps, is because it's just instilling good positions best you can. So don't move like crap, because then you're instilling bad positions. Take a video of yourself, look it back, and go, oh, hey, that didn't look like my best split jerk, and I know I have a bunch of more sets to work on it. When it says work to a single heavy set, let's say your best power clean is 175. You want to be doing something like a set at 105, a set at 125, a set at 135, 45, 150, 155, and then maybe 160 for your 3 reps. Don't go 105, 135, 165, bleh. So the key is you want a bunch of volume at the top end, and you don't just want to go bah, 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 and then be done after 3 sets. So you do want to do some work there before you do your workout, which is the 15, 12, 9, 6, 3 devil's presses with 2 dumbbells, 50s for the guys, 35s for the girls. Remember, you can do one movement all the way up, or you can clean and jerk the dumbbells from the floor, but as a burpee snatch with 2 dumbbells, burpee, clean and jerk, and then a 400-meter run after each set. So you do your 15, run, 12, run, 9, run, 6, run, 3, run, and then you're done. So that's our running workout for the week. Roll out your legs when you're done at that with the foam roller. So everyone's least favorite thing to hit on the foam roller is the IT band. So get yourself sideways, roll up and down the IT band, get your hip flexor on the foam roller, and just kind of spend 10 minutes feeling yourself out. If there's anything that's over the top beat up, you know that it's something that you should be doing more often. Or maybe try to listen to your body. So, for example, my wrists are tight. Andrew, your wrists are tight. Why? And it's like, well, we've been doing a lot of forearm stuff, and you haven't spent a lot of time in a front rack. I could ignore it, and then an injury would occur. But I've been trying to, hypervolt it out. I've been, just sitting here, kneading through my wrists, trying to open them up a little bit, doing range of motion stuff. So you want to foam roll your legs, and if anything feels super out of the ordinary tight, spend some additional time working on it somewhere else so that you don't have to fix it later, which is deteriorous. Friday is our last week of the sumo deadlift. Add up to 30 pounds again. So we have been doing them. That goes for the females too. So girls, if you're feeling great, add up to 30 pounds from last week. Tension is key here. You can unload them at this point if you want, and at this point you might be just doing really heavy sets of 8, which is okay. You should be doing them on the 3-minute mark, so it shouldn't really take you any more than 15 minutes once you get to your working weight. If you need help on this, you can check out previous videos. I have done a little demo, or you can just reach out to me and say, hey, Andrew, sumo deadlift, what are you thinking? Does this look okay? Where's my chest at? Where are my hips at? Yeah. Drive the floor away is the key on the sumo deadlift, wide stance. Friday is the 20-minute AMRAP of Cindy. So benchmark, haven't been doing very many benchmarks, but we should have history. So go hover over your little chart in the coach board once you log in, and you can see how many rounds of Cindy that you have done in the past. Make sure that your reps are clean. If you're unsure if your reps are clean, set up a video, do a round. So because Cindy is a workout where you're trying to move fast, sometimes the movements can get a little bit iffy, but make sure you're hitting your depth on your squats. Make sure you're touching your chest on your push-ups while also locking out your elbows. Make sure your chin is clearing the bar on your pull-ups. This is also a workout where you want to have a system of I like to put my phone down. I record my whole workout, and then at the end of it, I track my rounds. There's a round, there's a round, there's a round, there's a round, there's a round. Or I just don't want to waste time bending over and touching a whiteboard. My back also blows up on Cindy, so I don't want to bend over more than I need to. But if you could have a whiteboard and just track your rounds there. Accessory, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2 of wall walks and 75 double unders before each. So 3, 2, 1, go. Double unders, 10. Double unders, 8. Double unders, 6. 75 double unders should take you no more than a minute to minute and a half. And the wall walks, this is an open now-ish, or a standard-ish number of wall walks. So it is 30, which is a lot, but it's a number that we have to kind of get used to doing, which is that 30 to 60 wall walks. Your Saturday workout is the other total. So movements that we haven't been doing all that much of, so kind of feel these out, spend as much time as you want. I'm thinking 20-minute segments on the clean, the bench press, and then the overhead squat. They have to be done in that order for them to be legitimate. It's always hard to overhead squat after the bench press. Yes, I know, but spend your time warming up for the clean. I always like when you're warming up to a heavy, you do a set of 5, a set of 3, a set of 2, and then some singles to get there. So reset after every single one. So do 5 single cleans, do 3 single cleans, do a couple single cleans, and then 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 until you miss. Give yourself a miss depending on how you're feeling, how it looks. Just be safe. Don't hurt yourself doing a heavy clean that we haven't done a lot of heavy stuff with recently. Same thing goes on the bench press. Maybe set of 10 with the empty bar, sets of 5, a couple sets of 3, climbing in weights, set of 2s, then singles until you're done. When you're benching, use spotter, please. Same thing goes on the overhead squat. A couple sets of 5, a couple sets of 3, and then 1s. And then make sure everything is feeling nice and good as far as the shoulders on the overhead squat. And that's everything for the gym this week. At home, same squatting that we had done last week. And I know that you guys may or may not get bored of it, but it is what's important. We're following kind of the same structure as the other side of it, being the CrossFit side of it. So you're getting the same stimulus in there. Ideally, you have some other weights at your disposal, or maybe you're doing them a little quicker, or maybe you're just adapting to doing them in general. But when you do them week after week, you do get a good kick out of it. So 6 sets, 5 goblet squats, heavy, right into 8 goblet squats at a moderate weight, followed by a 2-minute rest. So just 13 squats consecutively, and then you get that 2-minute rest. You're going through that 6 times. That is your squatting. We're doing the same. So if you do have the same weights, like a 55-pound kettlebell and a 35-pound kettlebell, or a 70-pound dumbbell and a 50-pound dumbbell, that's the idea. You want to use 2 different things, or a heavy backpack and a light backpack, or a dog and a cat. I don't know. But that's what you're thinking. Some heavier, something lighter. I'm assuming that the cat is lighter than the dog. 3 rounds, 21 burpees in place, up and down. Make sure you're hitting a jump at the top of each burpee, and then the hang clean and jerk comes from here, shoulder, overhead. So it should be a weight where you can do 15 in a row with your right arm, and then 15 in a row on your left arm. You're going to see how that's going to be different round after round if you start with your right arm versus your left arm with the burpees. Accessory, 20 rounds, 40 seconds of continuous movement, 20-second rest. Really easily done if you have a machine. Like, hey, I'm on my elliptical. I'm going to go 40 seconds of work. Then I'm going to take a 20-second rest. Do it at like 70, 75%. Nothing crazy there. Tuesday, EMOM, 4 hang snatches on your right arm, 4 hang snatches on your left arm. This is resemblant of the 10-minute EMOM on the CrossFit side of it. The thing that you really need to do is you need to keep them unbroken, ideally heavy-ish. Hang snatches, remember, come from the hip, overhead, all in one move. So drive with the hip, get the object up overhead, kettlebell, dumbbell, whatever. I would always so maybe your first 5 rounds start with your right arm, and your second set of 5 rounds of your 10 total rounds on the minute start with your left arm. And then your workout, you go 2.5-minute monostructural, 50 sit-ups, 2, 40, 130, 30, 1 minute, 20, 30, 10. Whatever your monostructural may be. You can turn it into running if you'd like, but there is running in the accessory. So I do, again, recommend, like, you could even do skipping rope for 2.5 minutes and then 50 sit-ups. Try to push the pace of your sit-ups and then try to keep up your pace on your ensuing monostructural work. Accessory at 0 and at 12, you run a mile. So if your mile time takes you 6 minutes, you get 6 minutes to rest. If it takes you 10 minutes, you get 2 minutes to rest before your second mile. Try to make the miles about the same amount of time. So don't crush your first mile and then die on your second. Try to make them about the same time each. Wednesday, 30 deadlift, 30 burpee, 30 deadlift. I know you did burpees on Monday, but everyone did burpees on Monday. So we love burpees. Your deadlifts, they can be sumo style, but I want you to make them relatively unbroken-ish. So if you have 2 objects, you can do them out to your sides. So long as your shoulders stay above your hips, you're good to go on that. Make sure you're loading up your hamstrings. That one, in all reality, should be taking you less than 5-6 minutes. 10 through 20 is interesting. Max sets of unbroken 15 jumping air squats. So you've got to do 15 consecutively, making you rest a certain amount of time. So if you're an absolute squatting monster, you can go 15, 15, but there's a good chance that they're going to catch up to you doing them jumping. When you're jumping, remember, it is a slight leaving of the floor. Nothing crazy, so don't jump very high, but it's more or less about keeping the cadence where it's like squat, jump, squat, jump, keep yourself moving. At the end of it, you'll probably have accumulated upwards of 200 to 300 sets or 200 squats done in sets of 15. If you don't think you can do 15, don't start yet. That's kind of the idea. I want you to slow down needing to do the 15 in a row. And round after round, you might need more rest. Accessory, 4 sets, 8 strict press on your right arm, 8 strict press on your left arm. Dumbbells, kettlebells, whatever, but do your 8 presses on your right and then your 8 on your left. Windmills on Thursday, 5 on your right arm, 5 on your left arm. The windmill, remember, you get the object overhead, and then you reach for the floor, you load up the hamstring, you stand. That's 1, 2, That's what you're looking to do on the windmill. It is very good for your shoulder mobility. It is good for your hamstring and hip mobility. And it's good for just like proprioception in general. So use something where you don't even need to use weight. Like that was tough for me. That's because I'm not warmed up. I felt it in my hips. I felt like myself reaching through my whole upper body. Your workout is the same as the CrossFit side. So you've got devil's presses. If you have the dumbbells necessary, it's 50 and 35s for the guys and the girls. You can use kettlebells. You can use lighter dumbbells. You can just do burpees if you want. But it's a 400-meter run after each set. So it's 15, run, 12, run, 9, run, 6, run, 3, run, done. Foam roller on your legs. If you don't have a foam roller, just stretch your legs out. The gist of this is I want you to kind of see how everything's going down there. If you feel like something's like super out of control tight, do some extra work on it, and don't just do it today, but do it on most days. So you want to listen to your body telling you what to do, and then be sure that it doesn't get worse. You want to be making it better, and you need to kind of touch on those things in order to know if they're okay or not. So today's the day to touch on that. Friday, the same sumo deadlift that we've been doing, so we don't need to do much talking about that. The 8 to 12 puts you into the range where you know that if you can't do 8, it's too heavy. If you can do more than 12, then it's too light. So you want to fall in there for your 5 sets with about a 90 second to 2 minute rest between them. Your workout is a 20-minute AMRAP of the 12 or 10 dual object rows, the 10 push-ups, and then the 15 air squats. So we squatted on Monday, on Wednesday, and on Friday. We got a lot of squats in this week. But the dual object rows should be done unbroken. The push-ups do not need to be done unbroken, but make sure that your positions look good. This is the variant of Cindy. I'm assuming you don't have a pull-up bar. If you do have a pull-up bar, you can do the 5 pull-up, 10 push-up, 15 air squats before you get into the accessory work, which is the 10, 8, 6, 4, 2 wall walks with a 100 jump before each. So you go 100, 10, 100, 8, 106, 104, 102, done. Wall walks, that is a lot of them. If you want to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, cool by me. If you like CrossFit and you're into the open, you should do the big number and suck it up. And have a good week. Bye.